And that is how I started my pilot versus pilot only mode career. In his defense, my aim was terrible. Anytime I take a break from Titanfall and I come back to it, my aim is always a little bit suspect. And Titanfall is just, it's a very quick moving game, and if your aim isn't on point, you're just not going to play well as I freak out and shoot my own teammate. But yes, this is the pilot versus pilot mode, and don't worry, snipers. Even though I hate you, just like button engaged, I'm actually not going to beat on you too bad, or at least not some of you snipers. You'll actually maybe be surprised about what I have to say. But yes, I'm playing the pilot versus pilot only mode, and a lot of you guys have wanted me to touch on this. I don't normally do reviews and stuff like that, especially for game modes, but because a lot of you guys haven't given Titanfall a chance, or you don't play Titanfall very much, and one of your complaints is, you know, the bots and the Titans. A lot of you guys wanted me to play this game mode, which I would do anyway, and kind of give my thoughts on how the game mode plays. And I have a feeling that it's mainly the Call of Duty community that wanted this mode. I have a feeling I just have a feeling it's mainly COD guys. Maybe not, but I have a feeling it's mainly COD guys that wanted this update. And I have no idea why Respawn decided to make this game mode. I know a lot of the community, I wouldn't say a lot of the louder part of the community has been asking for this game mode. I feel like if they wanted to implement this game mode, they would have done so earlier. I don't know if it's because Advanced Warfare will be coming out soon and they wanted to kind of compete with Advanced Warfare, since normally I don't like making comparisons between Titanfall and Call of Duty, but since Advanced Warfare has a lot of the same things as Titanfall as far as like the mech suits and stuff like that, I think it's okay to make somewhat of a comparison. So I don't know if it's because Advanced Warfare is coming out soon and they wanted to have a game mode that could compete with Advanced Warfare. I'm not really sure, but there's also a few other things I'm going to touch on, like camping and no kill streaks, no Titans, no bots. You know, what does all that mean? And this gameplay, I played it for about an hour or two this morning, and this is when I went on that nice little tear. This is when it was like fun. Not even because I was killing people, but just because everybody's moving around except for that guy up there, and it was just frantic and fast. But I'm just going to touch on some things that I like, that I don't like. Like I said, I played it for about 2 hours. This gameplay, I started out really good. And then, you guys ever have it where you start out kind of good, then you have a couple of bad deaths, and you're just like, you know what, man, screw it, I don't even care. You stop paying attention, you're no longer in the zone, you're not really paying attention to the radar, you're not really paying attention to anything, and then you're just getting death after death, and you're just like, you know what, I'm pissed. That's kind of what happened in this one. I was playing decent, then I got a couple of camper sniper deaths, and I was like, I'm done. But anyway, so people want to know, is pilot versus pilot mode fun? And what I'm about to say is going to sound very similar of what I've said about Call of Duty for years, and that this mode can be a two-headed monster, and one of the heads is actually pretty fun, and the other head is just not very fun. And I say that a lot about Call of Duty. If you get the right map, because remember, these maps are built for Titans, which I did not know that pistol was a one-hit kill. These maps are built for Titans, and they're built for more players, as in bots as well, so they're really large. Since it's only 8 versus 8, if you get on one of the bigger maps where people generally don't move like this guy, it can get very slow and it can get very boring. I have no idea what he was doing with his with his left trigger there. Getting that aim assist by aiming in 7 different times. But if you get on the wrong map with the wrong players, it's an absolute bore fest. It's frustrating. Most of your deaths will come in your back. A lot of deaths will come by snipers or people sitting there with their cloak on. Cloak is not a big deal if the person is moving, because you can see them, and again, they're moving. Cloak is generally only a big deal if they're sitting still. And that happened a lot in this gameplay, more towards the end, as that body just went sliding down the wall. So, but on the plus side, on the positive side, if you get into a decent map where people are moving around, this game can be a lot of fun. When I got onto some of the smaller maps and people were generally moving around, I had an absolute blast. It was completely frantic. Unlike Call of Duty, where their maps are generally set up where you know where people are going to spawn, this game kind of spawns people all over the place. And so there's always people all around you. Because people can get up on top of things, you always have to be on guard. Like, I am always looking all over the place. And it is completely frantic. You can't really control the pacing like you can in Call of Duty because everybody's just all over the place all the time. Which obviously can be a bad thing, but it can also be a very fun thing. And I generally don't have any problems with lag, but that was really laggy. I don't know if it looks like that guy froze me to kill me. That's one of the guys I don't like. But how do the players play in this mode? Again, half of the people just want to run around and play, and half the people just... Here's the thing. Some people say that people can't because of KD. Well, KD is not, as far as I know, there's a couple little lag spikes in this game. KD, as far as I know, is not public. Only you can see your KD. So that doesn't really make sense for people to camp for KD. There's no kill streaks, there's no Titans, so you can't say that people are camping for kill streaks. In my opinion, the biggest chunk of campers that we have is because they don't want to die. Too many players play FPS games to not die instead of to get kills. So if they go 5-1, it's not so much that they got 5 kills that makes them happy, it's that they only died one time. And I know some people are going to disagree with that. I'm not saying that's how it is all the time. I just think too often people are just too afraid to die, and if they finish with 1 or 2 deaths, it's better to them than getting 10 kills. So if you get into a lobby with people like that, it can really slow down. So how does it play? Again, it just plays 2 different ways. It is either a complete blast or it's really slow. I don't know if I can compare it to Advanced Warfare, because Advanced Warfare is going to have kill streaks. I mean, there's no target finders in this game. There's no IEDs. There's really not a lot of tools to camp except for that thing. I didn't even know what that was. I don't know if that's a burn card where you can see through walls. That's so dumb. Why do they keep putting that stuff into the game? Maybe they put that in the game thinking a rusher's going to use it, but you got to think about how it's going to happen when a rusher uses it and when a camper uses it. You got to look at it like, look at that. That's so weird. It must be a burn card because I don't see it very often. Snipers. There is definitely an increase in snipers in this gameplay. Snipers have a very tough time on Titanfall. It's not that easy to snipe. You have to lead your shots. And if you miss, there's a really long bolt action time. If you snipe, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. It's definitely... As the guy jump shots me. It's not that easy to snipe, especially when you have Titans shooting at you, because Titans really have unlimited range, especially with like the machine gun. But because it's pilot versus pilot, there are a lot more snipers in this game mode, and most of them do not move. That guy's actually moving around. That doesn't bother me as much. But the guys who I actually got killed by people sitting in bushes on Titanfall. Like, why are you sitting in a bush on Titanfall? So as far as snipers go, there are a lot more snipers. There's a lot more smart pistol users also. The smart pistol doesn't really bother me because if they lock onto you, there's a good chance they were going to kill you anyway. What is it? The burn card extender or whatever it is, or the range extender. Maybe it's not a burn card, maybe it's an attachment. I don't know. That can get a little bit annoying, but for the most part, if they lock onto you, they more than likely would have killed you anyway. So the smart pistol doesn't really bother me. But as far as like the snipers, you're definitely going to run into a lot more snipers. Can you have fun in this game mode? You absolutely can have fun in this game mode. Do I suggest that you try it? If you have the game already, I absolutely suggest that you try it. Just give yourself time to find a good lobby. Just like any other FPS game, if you get into the wrong lobby with the wrong players, it's just not going to be fun. If you get into a lobby with people who move around, it can be an absolute blast. And this last death really sums up my time on Titanfall. But if you guys have played this, let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching. Later.